You know, every one of us has something stuck in the back of our mind. A thought, a dream, something that never really leaves us, no matter how much time passes. And if you clicked on the video, you probably guessed it. Planes. For some reason, I don't know why, I always find myself looking at the sky and watching for planes. But what I like about aviation is everyone's path is different. I mean, I loved planes, but I never got the chance to try a simulator. And one day I downloaded FSX, and actually it made me fall in love with aviation even more. And boy, did I use it. I mean, I went from FSX, Prepare 3D, X-Plane, 11, and 10, everything that you can imagine. But sometimes, even if you try your best, you can't always get what you want. So unfortunately, I had to put this dream on a side, and actually I went to college for my computer science degree. Fast forward, I found myself in France, and I started my PPL, private pilot license, which is the first step to becoming an airline pilot. So I did my first flight, and to be honest, it went terrible. Because I wanted to throw up the whole flight, because I have airsickness, and I discovered it on the first flight. But I decided to give it a second try. Who knows? It might go better. The second flight though, it was even worse. It was so bad that at one moment I just removed my headset because I could not handle it anymore. I think I will leave you here with a footage of me removing the headset because I was feeling so sick. But I decided to give it yet another try because I'm stubborn. On the third flight though, everything went smoothly. It went so smooth that even my flight instructor gave me the permission to land for the first time. And it was a butter. It was a butter because the instructor helped me with the landing. Now looking back at it, he helped me a lot, so. And if you notice, I recorded every flight. Why? Because I wanted to share my journey towards getting my PPL and allow myself to improve even faster because I can see all the errors that I did during the flight. I rewatch each flight and try to improve my skills actually on Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Then the most interesting part was doing the stall exercises. So unfortunately, I cannot share any videos about it, so you can check that out on YouTube. One thing in particular from my flight school is that each aircraft has a full glass cockpit, meaning we need to learn a little bit more procedures than we actually are required to. One thing that I struggled a lot with is actually the landing. I don't know, for some reason I was flaring too much thinking that I was a 737. I was flaring like 30 feet above ground, which is a lot for these small aircrafts. My landings looked like this, and this, and this. But one day I was with my instructor, and I had actually my first passenger with me. And for some reason, I started to feel the aircraft a little bit more. I was flying at the right time. I will leave you here with some footages so you can see and tell me actually what you think. After that flight, my flight instructor looked at me with a proud eye and said, "Next flight, we are going to do 3 traffic patterns and we will see how it goes." And boy, I was happy. I was happy because I told my instructor that I wanted to have my solo before my 15 hours. And I was exactly at 13 hours and a half, something like that, before the solo flight. Okay, now, I know I talked a lot and I yapped a lot, but I will leave you with the actual footages for my before solo flight and the actual solo flight. So, enjoy. So what I was supposed to do here is to do 3 traffic patterns. And if everything went smoothly and my instructor was confident enough, then we will go and do my solo flight. As you can see, the engine did not start at the first sight because the plane did not fly for 15 days. So when I tried again, everything worked perfectly. Then we headed to the runway. So did some quick checks here and there. Did the departure briefing here. The other plane was the mate from the Aero Club. So if you see me laughing, it's because we were doing a race to see who will take off first. And whilst lining up, I saw an airplane landing at Paris Orly. We are here, and Paris Orly is here. And there we go. you can see, it was a little bit bumpy here. We had 15 knots of crosswind, but yeah, I had to stabilize it as much as possible, but it was fun. When turning into final, you will see how bumpy it really was. Okay, I was fighting for my life here. This was the third traffic pattern that I did, and it was actually a full stop. And my CFI told me here, next one it will be lighter, which is his way of saying you're good to go. So I will leave you from now here to enjoy the full flight, or my first ever solo flight.
Ok, premier solo.
And here you can enjoy the view of Paris. And it was at this moment that I realized I'm flying alone. So I remember to actually smile. Now I'll let you enjoy my first ever landing solo. Here is the full replay that I did with my phone. And of course the moment you've all been waiting for.
J'assume.
Anyway, hope you all enjoyed it. See you soon.